Learning new trends and techniques is fun, but does it make you money? Sometimes going back to those basics and making just the slightest changes are the game changers. Are you chasing fun or are you chasing money? Today, watch me work as we do product removal and prep. And you know what I find is really fun? Making more money. We can spend so much time chasing the next trend, the next technique, and buying the next tool that promises us it's going to do it quicker and better. But in all honesty, some of the biggest improvements actually don't come from learning something new. They come from going back to those basics. So today, we're actually going to slow things down. I'm just going to sit here and work while we talk through the fundamentals of product removal and prep. You know, like the surface that everything builds on, because it doesn't always take a lot of change. Sometimes it's just those small little micro adjustments that are going to make you more money, decrease your service time, and create an overall safer experience for your client. Now, that's exciting. So let's get back to the basics. Product removal is the biggest time robber in the entire service. This is where a lot of us are quickly losing money, not because we're doing anything wrong, just because it's taking too long. Your goal for removing product of any type is under 10 minutes. And here's the thing, if you're not there yet, don't beat yourself up about it. That's not what this is about. Just get really curious about why. Why is it taking me longer? The first thing I would check is what type of bit are you working with? I strongly recommend for debulking of the nail of using a carbide. Those little teeth are called flutes. They grab the product and they remove it quickly. Yeah, you could use a sanding band or a diamond bit. However, their removal is more of a scratching, so it's going to take more time. Now, when you're working with carbide, here's tip number 2. Carbides need speed. They're a workhorse. They want to work for you. Let them run at high speed. So yes, if you're like, Erica, I'm scared. I'm not running at 10,000 RPMs. Trust me, you're doing more damage by running it low because now it's grabbing and fighting product when it just needs speed. And here's the last thing, even with the right bits and the right speed, if you're still not under that 10 minutes, it's probably due to your process. Whatever you're doing on one nail, make sure you're doing the same process on nail 10. That way, when you're getting chitty-chatty, you know how to streamline, whether that's rocking the bit back and forth or dragging it. Find your rhythm, what feels good in your hand, and build that muscle memory so on each nail, you're doing the same technique. Processes make you money. Now, if things are still not hitting right and your time still feels like it could be quicker, this is when we just gotta do boot camp. Set a timer. Set a timer for 3 minutes and then at 7 minutes and have it go off so you can see where am I at in my service of removal in 3 minutes. Am I on the 4th nail? Am I still on the 1st nail because I'm chatting or because I'm not putting enough pressure or because my bits aren't sharp enough? It's time to get serious about where we're losing time. We're not shaming here. We just really want to hyper focus on, hey, what can I do to get my service time down? Nail plate prep is not glamorous, but it is so essential. Whether you're using a buffing block, a sanding band, or a diamond bit, make sure you are getting all of the shine off of the nail plate. I personally like working with diamond tools. That way I can get close to the sinus area, I can get close to that lateral fold and remove all the shine. Once I've removed all the shine, especially in those hard to reach areas, I'm going to clean the nail. I'm going to be sure I remove all of the oils, the overgrown sticky cuticle, and clean the surface. Be sure that you're not overworking the nail plate where now you've created an issue with retention because the nail is too weak to actually hold the product. If retention keeps being an issue for you, this is where I'd go first. Check the nail plate. Is there any type of shine? That's usually your answer. And keep your bit flat to the nail plate. If retention keeps being an issue for you, I would go back and look at the nail and say, is it still shiny? If you see any areas of it being shiny, make sure you rough up that surface area. When you're working on the nail plate, be sure you keep your bits flat and parallel to the nail plate. That way you don't create any damage because at this point you are on the nail plate. Angles matter, stay flat. And of course, cuticle work. Cuticle work is my favorite part, and honestly, I've seen it skipped and the whole nail looks completely ratchet and I just want to jump through the screen and help the person. And I've also seen it overdone where the skin is so inflated and torn and damaged that it just makes my heart hurt. But here's the thing. When you're doing cuticle work, ask yourself, am I switching between 5 tools that are basically doing the same thing? Am I obsessing over this micro detail that the only person in this entire universe that can see it is me? The goal here is to simplify. Get the cuticle up and off the nail plate. We are prepping the nail. That's part of prep, getting the cuticle off. If you love that detailed finish, I'm here for it. I get it. That's totally fine. Just know your numbers and are you making money off of that service? Most of the time, you only really need 2 to 3 bits to prep the nail, release the cuticle off the nail plate, do all your cuticle work, and then do your buffing or exfoliation to smooth everything. Keep it simple. Find your go-to bits and your rhythm. So for me, my process is a carbide bit to remove product, going in with a small tapered flat top diamond tool to release the cuticle up off the nail plate and to do my prep work, and then going in with a flame just to do a little bit of cleanup in those hard to reach places. And then at the very end, of course, if you guys been around here, using the polishing bit. I don't overthink it. I just do it. And sometimes there's variances that I'm going to change, but I have found my rhythm with those tools. At the end of the day, this is what separates a good service from a great service. Fast does not mean you have to be sloppy, and detailed doesn't mean you need to spend 20 hours. It's about knowing your tools, trusting your rhythm, and being very intentional in every step. You don't need more tools. You need to know your go-to ones and find what's making you money. So go back to the chair, pay attention, find out where am I spending too much time, and start making these small adjustments. Thanks for sitting through this video with me. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead, like and subscribe. And wherever you're at in your nail journey, know here at Erica's, we're all cheering you on.
Hey nail techs, it's time for you to get tools that work as hard as you do. At Erica's ATA, you'll find professional Efile bits, implements, and gels to help you achieve cleaner, longer lasting manicures. From prep to polish, we've got everything you need to level up your services. Shop ericasata.com in the link below.